In this video, I'm going to go over this past week's meterage, a UT3 piece I did this past week, and the upcoming plans for the week. So this past week, I did a little bit more total converted meters than last week. The erging meters and running meters were a little bit lower because I added in lifting meters and tried to space that out to recover from it, because it made erging and running a little bit harder because my muscles are fatigued. One of the UT3 pieces I wanted to go over this week, I think was on, I forgot what day this was, but I think this is one of my favorite pieces I've done, because it went very well, but also my heart rate stuck within a smaller range. Each piece stayed within about 5 beats from like the high to the low throughout the whole thing. And so normally that tells me that it's being pretty accurate, because there's especially a bunch of the small variations tell me that it's being accurate, because if it ever plateaus exactly the same thing, then normally means it's just not reading, because when working out, heart rate variations are very common. So that's one way when I look back at the data I can normally tell if my heart rate monitor was being weird. This next week I plan on doing some UT1 AT pieces at a rate cap. Plan is for tomorrow or on Monday to do 3x10 1-minute rest at a 20. First one 140 sub 49, then sub 48, then sub 47, and then a 5-mile run. This is trying to like build in the power. Shouldn't be too hard. I'm expecting to beat the splits relatively easily, but it should be pretty difficult, or it should be a good test of power. And then I have a bunch of lighter stuff planned for bumping up meters and recovering, especially from the lifts. I have UT3 stuff put in, and then I have several UT2 pieces put in to test a bit more of the faster end of my steady range. The reason I don't do more UT2 is because while my heart rate doesn't get high during it, my legs get pretty taxed, just from like the strength requirements it currently takes, and my just this much volume. My legs aren't used to this much volume at that pace, so my heart's fine, but my legs aren't. The current estimated volume for this week is 195K. I plan on throwing in at least some 20-minute piece somewhere, wherever it fits in, to bump it back over 200, so I hit over 200 again. Where that piece will end up, don't know. May throw it in the middle of the day. We'll see how it goes, because this week school starts back up, so it'll be interesting trying to fit this in. I have to make sure to stay on top of my schedule. Overall, very excited for next week.